I think that's dope because I think he's exactly right. Me and Shai and Luka for sure.
How do you feel you specifically measure up against those two?
I feel like I'm a better player, 100%.
I expect him to say that. I wouldn't expect him to say one of us is better than him. We all believe we're the best. We all believe what we bring to the table is special and unique, and he has every right to think so.
And so you do too.
Absolutely.
Here's the difference that I see between the two. I look at a guy like Shai, SGA. He's going out there to do damage on the basketball court. Let me get my numbers. Let me do what I need to do to win this basketball game. When I look at Anthony Edwards, I see somebody looking for the opportunity to embarrass and demoralize you. That's my interpretation of Anthony Davis as the season progresses. What do you say to that?
No, you're correct.
Stop the comparisons. Stop the debates. We now know who's the best young nigga when it comes to Shai and Anthony Edwards. It was close, but it's Shai. It's always been Shai, and I think now Anthony Edwards agrees. After last night when Shai gave the Minnesota Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards a 40-piece masterclass ass whooping, this is what Anthony Edwards had to say after the game. I don't know if they can give it to Jokic again. Yeah, I would say Shai. Yeah, he's looking like the MVP, man. He was incredible once again tonight. He's a very consistent player every night. His team's going to give him the ball and they're just going to let him rock out. It's nothing else to think about. Is that a shot, Anthony Edwards? You taking shots at your teammates now because Shai did this to you, man? Stop, bro. Crying about the refs, crying about Rudy, crying about the system. Like, Ant, we need you to get back to MJ Kobe status. We need you to turn back into what you was last year. Back to the quote. Hey, get Shai the ball and he's going to get busy. Then we're going to figure it out after that. I love watching that. It's incredible, man. If he's keeping this up, I hope they give him the MVP for sure. I feel like he should have won it last year, but he's playing out of his mind right now. And that's the difference, Ant. We thought this was going to be you this year, playing out of your mind. Last year, you made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, but your game, like, my nigga, your game is not the same. You've lost the aura that you had last year. The last year game where you was high flying, collapsing the paint, shooting mid-range, the guy that we was comparing to Michael Jeffrey Jordan is not the guy we get in this year. We have the most athletic dude in the league, you, built like a fucking football player, shooting 10 threes a game. What happened? What happened? You're not as aggressive as you was last year. On the flip side, we got Shai. He's sticking to his game, but just doing it better, more efficiently. His teammates love him. There's no complaints. He's still getting downhill. He's still getting to the paint. He's still making layups. He's still drawing fouls. Still shooting his mid-range. 10 threes a game's in? That's not your game, man. Get back to the game and the guy that we know that got you the Sprite commercial, the shoe deal, and everything else. The high-flying guy. The Michael Jordan guy. We don't want to see what you're doing this year, man. You're supposed to be doing what Shai's doing. You had one good year, and now it seems like you're declining. Last year, you was at 25 points per game. We thought for sure you was going to come into this season and be at 30. No, you're at 24. You lost the point. On the other hand, we got Shai. He's on back-to-back consecutive seasons, averaging 30 points per game. First team All-NBA. You know what he does this year? He gets better. He's not complaining to the refs. He's just getting downhill. He has 2 black eyes this year. And the standings tell it all. Last year, OKC, #1 in the West. Consistency. Guess where they are this year? OKC. Still first in the West. On the flip side, we got my man Anthony Edwards. The realest nigga in the league to me. But what does his team look like? Last year, 3rd in the West. 1 game behind OKC for the #1 seed. This year, 8th. If the playoffs started today, the Timberwolves would be in the play-in game. A team that was just in the Western Conference Finals would be in the play-in game. I don't know why this comparison was so prevalent. I get it, because Ant was that guy. Ant was showing us, hey, look, real niggas is back. We finally have a guy who's not trying to be friends and who's a stone cold killer, like the Kobe's, like the MJ. But now it seems like, I don't know. personal life or something has gotten to you, because this is not the guy. This is not the guy we thought you was. But I get why it was a debate. Ant teams used to beat up on Shai teams. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna take that away from Ant. But at the same time, Ant teams was way better than Shai teams. OKC starting lineup used to feature guys like Alex Dellski, Trey Mann, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort when they was very, very young. On the other hand, you had Rudy Gobert, multiple time defensive player of the year. D'Angelo Russell, a top 2 pick. Karl Anthony Towns, a number 1 pick. And Jaden McDaniels, one of the best 3-and-D guys in the league. Of course you was going to be beating them up. But now in the last 5 games when the talent's been relatively even, Shai's 3-2. But that's not the only factor that I'm factoring into this whole Shai versus Ant debate. You got to talk about the body language of both players when they play against each other. It seems like after every game he plays the OKC Thunder, Anthony Edwards has a problem with something. Even last year in the post-game interview, he suggested or hinted at that the refs might be cheating for Shai in the Thunder.
How did you get it done in this environment?
I don't know. And I'm going to take the fine because the refs did not give us no calls tonight. We had to play through every bump, every grab. I don't know how we won tonight. Big shout out to my team. Big shout out to my coaches for sure.
But that was last year. But he's brought it into this year. Still complaining about the refs. Still low-key taking shots at his teammates. Complaining about Rudy. Complaining about Randall. Anthony Edwards, we need you to get back to being that dog that we saw in the fucking beginning. That nigga who doesn't take anything from anybody. The person who takes things personal. We need you to get back to that guy. We don't want to see this 10-3 per game a night shooting guy. We don't. Special players have special games. The reason why other players have to shoot that many threes is because they're not as special as you. Them taking mid-range shots is a bad shot, but you taking mid-range shots is a great shot because you're special. Don't let these guys change your game because in the playoffs, you need a variety of game. That's what Shai does so well. He's good at the basket. He's good at the free throw line. He's good in the mid-range, and he's a better three-point shooter. Anthony Edwards, please don't let this guy come and take your face of the league crown. We want the face of the NBA to be you, Ant. We do. Like, you are the guy. No filter. Real nigga playing basketball. Takes everything personal. The retro game that we all love, the Tracy McGrady, the Kobe Bryant, the Michael Jordan type game, we wanted you to be the face. But this guy's gonna take it from you. I'm sorry. We want it to be you. But right now, it's Shai. But what do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.